Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today it'll be kind of like a reaction video slash discussion video. We're gonna be talking about the Bannerlord Co-op campaign development. This is a mod that I think a group of modders are working on right now, where obviously it's a co-op mode. A lot of people want this. The developers have said that this is not something that's kind of feasible, but modders got together and they're trying to make it a thing, which I think is a good effort. If it does work, congrats. But yeah, they made another development video. It's kind of longer than the past one, but we are gonna react to it. We are gonna pause it when we need to pause it. And also, before I start, go check it out. If you do support the mod, if you do want the mod to come out, I'm not one of the mod creators, right? I'm just a person who's covering it because obviously I cover Bannerlord news, and this is a pretty big development, right? So therefore, if you do support it, go check out his channel. I'm gonna link it down below in the description and in the top comment. Go check it out. Go show some love if you do support the project. And yeah, let's go from there.
Hello, and welcome back to another Bannerlord Co-op development video. This isn't going to really be a full one, as there's not really much I can show you guys in terms of development. It's mostly just technical stuff, so no videos, really nothing when it comes to that. I'm also kind of going to try to keep the structure of the video a little bit better with timestamps and stuff like that for all of our different sections here. Our first section that we're going to talk about is some stuff with the community, and then we're going to talk about our mod DB page launch. Then we're going to talk about some skepticism that's been brought to my attention recently, and then we're going to get on to technical development stuff that's been happening. So first, with the summary of the community. First of all, I've gained like over 200 subscribers since my last video, which has brought me from being less than 100 up to now 300, which is just this morning.
He's at 5. He's close to 500 now. What's it called? Get him up there. Get him up there. Go over there, subscribe, get him up there even more. Alrighty? I would appreciate it.
Which is amazing. Seriously, thank you guys. I love doing this. It's quickly becoming more of a hobby of mine. I'm probably going to produce a wider variety of videos, but this will still sort of be the core of what's going on right now. Again, thank you guys. I mean, my views have really shot up recently, so my subscribers, and I thank to our amazing community. Thank you guys for spreading the word around, getting it out there, and just clicking on the video, commenting, and subscribing to it. It puts the video more out there, so thank you guys. And apart from that, our Discord community has grown a lot as well. I don't remember the last numbers I gave to you guys, but now our Discord community size is up to 3,433 people. That's a lot for us. That's a lot of people, and we're so thankful for you guys' support. You guys have been really amazing giving us support and helping each other in our community. Recently, I've set up a bot on our server to put a little verify system in, so people can read the rules and FAQ before they join. And I've also reorganized.
You saw that? People joining like that? God damn. That's going crazy. Go for them. Go for them. Join my Discord too. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, go for them.
And I've also reorganized the structure of the channels and everything. But aside from that, 3,433 people right now in our Discord, and it's probably going to grow by the time this video goes up.
Oh, they got an FAQ on stuff that they want to do. I might check that out. Yeah, I'll check that out, and probably make that into another video. Just quick FAQ, and hey, if the person who is the working on this wants to come on and talk about it, I'll be down to do that too. Be a cool thing to do. I know there's probably bigger YouTubers that have covered this, but hey man, I'm down to talk. I'm down to ask some questions, get some more info to the community, and boost this to even a bigger level. Let me know.
And that's just amazing. And it's all thanks to you guys for our community growing so fast, for just putting us out there and spreading the word. You guys are truly amazing. We can't thank you enough. And because you guys have been doing this, our dev team is now up to 22 people who've all been amazing and putting in the work and bringing this in. That brings me to my next little point here, where I saw a lot of the new devs just communicating and talking and getting stuff figured out in our little dev chat here. And it's been amazing. You can see progress getting done, and it's awesome. It really is. I can't wait for this.
22 people. God, oh man, forming a team. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot of developers. Obviously, they're working this in their they're doing this part time. Obviously, because I saw in one of the comments that he's not taking donations as of this moment, which is brave. I appreciate it.
And just seeing all this happening, and it's thanks to you guys. So again, like the third, fifth, I don't know how many times I said it. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Next, I want to talk about the launch for a mod DB page. It didn't just go up. It's actually been up since November 10th, so it's been up for almost a month now. But at that time, there wasn't really enough information for me to make a video on it. So I guess here is our next official announcement of our DB page. It's up. It's sort of bare bones. If you guys have any suggestions what I should do with it, let me know in the Discord. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll get to work on it. Next, on top of the skepticism, Solar Community was nice enough to point it out.
Is the mod DB page kind of like, is it like more of like showing off the author, or is it just for specific mods and stuff like that? I've never used it before. Someone who uses mods, let me know, because I have no clue. Is it just like a profile? Is it kind of like a social media for like mod makers? What is it exactly? I don't know.
Out to me, he's from Turkey, and this was on some Turkish forum site, so he speaks Turkish. He wanted to point out how someone there he thought was a dev pointed out that they don't think this is real. He quoted and said, "This seems far from reality to me. It seems like they're faking the whole thing." Then we have another Turkish person who chimed in.
All right, on that note, don't take it too seriously. You know, there's a lot of people who say stuff that's not very true. So, you know, taking let's say the fact that he said that somebody from Turkey said that he was talking to somebody who was a developer, and the developer said this and that. Don't take it word for word. You know, it doesn't sound like the best what would you call it? Best source, in my opinion. You know, it's a language barrier, and then he also said that he talked to somebody who might be a dev. That's a reach. But all right, let's see what they have to say.
And said the translation wasn't correct that the first person provided. His English is a little bit better, so he went on to tell me that the exact quote is, "The video looked far from reality to me. It looks like the edited footage of two separate videos, basically recorded two videos of single player and combined them. You can move both at the same time, but they don't move. When the cursor disappears on the right screen, it appears on the left. There should be screen footage of two separate players, but there's not a sync in the video. You don't click on the co-op buttons in the main menu either." This is basically what he says, though. He said all this before I uploaded my next video, which put a lot of what he said down, but I want to go through this real quick. So first of all, it's two separate videos. Well, it's two separate instances of the game running on one machine, joke. So, and that also explains why there's not cursors on both screens. That's because there's only one cursor for his computer. And it's two instances running on one computer. That's why it looks like that. Next, he wants to talk about how they're not moving.
Is it on two different screens? That kind of makes sense what he says. What's it called? The whole thing about just being one cursor and all that. But again, I wouldn't take that, I guess, skepticism to heart. You know, again, the sources are a bit shaky in my opinion. But I do want to see more gameplay on this, right? Obviously, this is going to take forever. People expect this like now. Like in my past, what do you call it? My past like update video on this development where the gameplay was shown. I had people in my comments like, "Send me the link, bro. Is it done, bro? Send me the link." Like, bro, let me tell you something. Something like this, like first of all, even the developers themselves were like, "This isn't really possible." You know what I mean? That's kind of what they said in a nutshell. So now you have people who didn't make the code, right, but are now trying to change the code in a way to make it possible, you know, and that's a very, very, very big task. Can it be done? Who knows? We're gonna have to see, you know, but they are trying, and they are trying to get to it, but that's gonna take so long, you know. You just have to understand that something like this, once it comes out, it's going to be huge. But at the same time, it's not going to come out anytime soon. You know, for people who are upset with that news, it's development of you know, what could be a breakthrough mod. So it's going to take a long time, you know, and, you know, I'm surprised they even had the gameplay from earlier, you know, to already have just a little bit of that, right? Obviously, there's so many things you have to take into account, especially it being a sandbox game. There's so many things you have to take into account in just to make it even close to playable. Like, yeah, you saw the two different parties on the screen at the same time, but at the same time, that's just one little part of like the whole everything that you have to kind of, you know, take into account, you know, make sure this works, that works, and the third works before it's even close to playable. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys some kind of like realism on how long it could possibly take, because this will possibly take a very long time. You know, that's just what it is, and you know, you gotta have patience.
At the same time, that's because they looked at the first video, and no, they're not moving at the same time because the sync wasn't all there yet. That hadn't been implemented yet. But in our second video, we can see that it is there. So let's sort of put that down. And again, they did say this before the second video, so it's understandable. Next, he said they didn't click on the co-op buttons either because at that time they weren't really fully like implemented. They weren't really fully coded out. And even now, they're not really fully coded out. Like now, you click.
Damn, I got destroyed by that spear. I'm sorry. I was watching the gameplay. You saw that guy got okay.
But it just starts something and everything sort of works by itself. And that's because they haven't really been fully done. Like I showed you the last video, we're gonna have that little UI screen come up, and I'll show it again. We're gonna have that little UI where you can input the IP address and the port to connect, and because right now it's all like handwritten in the code what IP address to connect on and what port to connect on, because they're just connecting to themselves. Because again, this is running on the same computer, like two clients are. That's why it looks like this. But again, I completely understand the skepticism. I don't.
So in terms of co-op, well, they have to, let's say, I don't know exactly how this works, and if I sound like an idiot, it's because I am an idiot when it comes to modding. But for this mod to work, would they have to be like on the same network? Would they have to be like in the same house? Or could they be playing, let's say, from across the country or something like that? How does that work exactly? Someone let me know. Because, would you have to be in the same LAN network to kind of just do the whole co-op thing? Or even on the same I don't know exactly how that would work. We'll see if he talks about it.
Don't believe you should just blindly go into something believing it's true. That's why we're not accepting donation at this time either, because we want to prove ourselves that we really are doing this. We're not doing this for money, for attention. We're doing this because, like you guys, we want this to be true.
It's a valiant effort, you know. Hey, there's people out there who throw on one trailer on YouTube, then start up a little donation page or whatever, and get thousands and thousands of dollars with barely any promise. You know what I mean? So, hey, you can go either way. You know, it's not really shunned upon to go the donation route. You know, it's not like, and I'm pretty sure that people can. You know, people will probably do it. I've seen people in the comments who are like, "Listen, let me throw some money down," and you know what I mean. It's a matter of preference. If he's doing good, and if everyone else is doing good in their life, then obviously they don't need the extra money or whatever. But you know, it's all on the person. I get why he's doing it with no money though, because you know, it just depends on the person.
We're going to accept it only after we have a product that we can give to you guys that works.
Okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I do understand the skepticism, but hopefully you guys believe me. Hopefully he'll see this, he'll believe me. Hopefully he'll see this next video. Or my last.
Bro, he's not going to believe you, man. Look, I'm not... A person who just from the idea talks negative will try to pretty much make a comeback for every statement you make, you know. And even in this video, I can already see the talking point. Whoever the person was that gave the skepticism, which you shouldn't even worry about, to be honest with you, but I can already tell that as soon like is he hears about this video, he's gonna be like, oh, so no development footage, interesting, they must not have anything, you know what I mean? Like, don't worry about the skepticism, my guy. You got it. Do the development, do the work, forget all the rest. It's whatever. You know, people's opinions are people's opinions. They're not worth much. You know what I mean? That's just how it is.
This video, and believe us. And finally, I'll move on to the development part. Again, nothing major has happened, just a bunch of technical stuff, but I'll throw in some random notable things that I picked up while reading through all the weekly updates, which again, you should definitely join the Discord.
This man did a one take on this too. I see you. One take. Okay.
Discord server. You got weekly updates coming in from Joke. You can see the progress happening there in real time. And it's awesome.
I'm gonna go check it out.
So first thing up, they created a testing environment so they can test functions without really having to play the game. So like, they can like have multiple clients up on this testing environment, and they can just like input commands into it. The clients will do it, so they can easily test it. I'm not really sure how it works. It could be a little wrong here. But that's basically what I'm getting from it. That's basically how the testing environment works from what I understand. Next, I saw they were working on interfacing with Steam, because it's going to use Steam IDs, if I remember correctly, to see which character belongs with, like, which player belongs with which character, stuff like that. Next, they fixed...
Okay, so playtest environment. So like you said, there's about 22 people, so obviously they're all just trying to figure stuff out right now. This is kind of like the brainstorming slash, you know, obviously getting like the core stuff done. And like you stated, the Steam stuff, obviously, because it's going to be played in a way kind of connected to Steam. And then also the playtest is also going to help you playtest a lot of features. So like I said, this is just the beginning. It's going to take a very, very long time. It's very ambitious, very ambitious. So yeah, expect this to take a very long time. That's just how it is.
Toward time is only controlled manually, so doing actions on the world map won't stop time, which is a huge thing. But
wait, time is controlled manually. Okay, so see, one of the biggest issues that developers had was pretty much how the time was gonna go whenever a fight occurred, whenever you stopped at a town. How would the pause occur? There would be too many pauses, the developer said. So if you get rid of that problem, as he states right here, I don't know exactly what he means by controlled manually. I don't get what that means. But I do want to see how that's implemented, because that is pretty much the thing that's really gatekeeping the developers from even trying this, is because of all the extra pauses. So if they somehow manage to make it work to the point where the pauses are kind of gone, then I can really see this, you know, becoming a reality.
They made that happen. I'm not sure if they have anything synced with that yet, but I see that they said they made time only manually controlled. Next, and this is the final update. Next, they begun to define battle class, which, I have very basic understanding of code and stuff like that. Not really anything in depth. So I'm not really sure what that means, but it means they're getting started on battles. It was something that's been trying to happen for a while. I'm glad it's...
My man's the community manager, right? Or, let's say he doesn't know much about coding, so I'm guessing he's like, in terms of being part of the team, he's like the community manager or something like that, if I'm getting that right. But, I like the honesty. Listen, you gotta say, if you don't know something, you gotta just say, you know what I mean? You gotta keep that honesty. You know, the worst thing is like when a person doesn't know something, but they just keep like talking about like they know. You know what I'm saying? I like the honesty, my guy.
Finally happened. Of course, there's a lot of syncing that's going to it. There's gonna be a lot of stuff happening. I remember seeing somewhere that we're planning on using the already in place multiplayer libraries to work on it, but there's something wrong with that, or it's too complicated or something like that. So they might have to build their own from scratch. Which is going to take some time, but you guys are giving us amazing support, and if we can keep the more developers coming in, we can get this done faster and faster. So I saw earlier where a developer actually just applied right before I started recording this. So developers are still coming in, and hopefully this will bring a new surge to the community, or a lot more people who potentially could develop it will see this and they'll get interested in it and they'll apply and stuff like that. And I'll go ahead and answer some frequently asked questions. Like,
there it is. Keep growing the team, the squad, the dream team. Okay, I see it. What's it called? I'm sorry, I just got a text from somebody. I'm sorry, but all right. But yeah, again, we'll see what comes. I'm sorry, I really got a text. It's kind of something very important. Let's just try to finish this up.
like port forwarding, only the host is going to have to port forward. So none of the clients will, just the host.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, so I played Warcraft 3 like a long time ago, and like I wanted to create my own multiplayer game servers or whatever, and they told me something about port forwarding. Bro, I still don't know what that is, man. I'm sorry. I bet when I was like a little kid, I tried to make that work. I tried everything in my power. Hopefully, now that I'm an adult, my brain can handle what that actually means, and when this does, eventually happen, that I can make it happen. But yeah, I never understood the concept of port forwarding. I'm gonna say right there.
Another question we get asked is, what would the player limit be? There will be no player limit, as much as you want, but it's going to put a strain on the host hardware. So as of
no player limit, what the? That's crazy. So they're not thinking of a 2-player co-op. They're thinking of multiplayer co-op. That's whoa. The man's up to something.
Right now, our recommendation is 8. And here's a pretty technical question. Someone asked, will we be able to have headless?
8. God. Listen, if this actually works out, you know what I mean? If this actually, comes out and it's playable, yo, make a game company. You know what I mean? Do something, because that's gonna be very, very big. Like, that's pretty huge. It's again very ambitious.
Servers, and then have players join that. That is a feature planned for post version 1 of the mod, so it won't be available right away. A lot of people ask how like the structure of the servers we handled, how that work. It will not be peer-to-peer. It will be a client-server model.
Okay.
A lot of people are asking, how do you port forward? Any tips on that?
Yes. I don't know. Port forwarding is just it's a science that it's an attribute that I just haven't unlocked yet in my life. You know what I mean? It's locked away. It's a high level attribute. My character build is not there yet. The intelligence is lacking. Let's see what he has to say.
Not really one person can make a tutorial on how to port forward, because usually people's routers will work differently when it comes.
Because it's dark magic. You understand me? It's dark magic. And yes, port forwarding, you have to kind of like know exactly what router you have. It's all coming back to me. You got to know the router, then you got to search up the number on some website, then you got to put the number in there for the in and the out. You got to put some other number. Ooh. I'm sorry, let's continue. Listen, port forwarding is just, Jesus Christ.
Comes to that. For example, I use Charter, and I have a Linksys router. If I make a tutorial on that, that'll be really helpful to people who have used Linksys routers, especially my model of Linksys router, because even that changes. It does show you the general idea of how it works, but if you want a tutorial on that, either use the manual that came with your router. If you don't have that, because who does? I do, but it's best to just look up a guide, because there are thousands and thousands of guides on the internet for how to port forward.
They don't help. Well, they probably do. Like I said, I was a little kid when that happened. I'm sorry, I'm sticking on this subject for too long. Let's just...
Good tutorial? Maybe. It depends. If more people want me to, then yes, I will. But there are thousands of guides online, and I feel like they'll probably do a better job than me. A lot of people are asking, are we developing this for online or offline co-op? It's going to be developed for online co-op. And if you want to consider LAN offline, because it technically can be, then yes, it will work for LAN, but it's being developed for 2 people connecting to each other and playing the game that can be in 2 different parts of the world. And now, of course, with a lot of syncing and stuff, the further you are, the more latency you'll have, the worse the experience will be. But we're gonna do a lot of testing. We'll see really what the threshold is and stuff like that. We did have a few people asking what kind of builds would you need to run to host this kind of thing.
Music's kind of loud, my guy. I can barely hear you anymore. But he's talking about what kind of build you need for your computer.
I honestly don't know. That's something I want to test. For example, I have a Ryzen 5 2600 6 core, but then I have a 5700 thick 3 RX AMD graphics card. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be really processor intensive, and I'm going to be hosting it for my friends since I have really good internet at 200 megabits a second. So with all these specs in mind, I am going to try to host something with one of my friends who lives in Canada, and he actually has pretty bad internet, but he has a decent.
Okay, so that answers my earlier question. So it's not, you don't have to be in like the same network, so you don't have to be like in the same house. You can do it from across wherever, because it's client side, right? You make the client, and then obviously you join from there. Very cool. Or host the client, right?
Computer. So we'll see how that works. And if that works pretty good, then most people should be able to host their games with their buddies with no problem. But no, I can't do that right now. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, that's really all I have for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting us. And I was told that I should keep an outro in, because my last video I didn't have an outro. The video before I did sort of have an outro. So, and I was suggested.
It doesn't matter, outro, whatever, you know. You're good, bro. Listen, I'm excited. It's gonna take a while. I'm here for it. Keeping the development, keep the the hopes high. Don't care about the skepticism. Who cares? Opinions are opinions. It's whatever. Get the work in there. I can't wait to see more gameplay. Like I said before, if you want to, sit down and talk about stuff, that would be cool too. I'm going to go check out the Discord. I suggest everyone who wants to follow this project, who wants to support this project, go to the channel that I'm going to link down below in the description and the top comment. Go subscribe. Then while you're on that channel, if you want to join the Discord, go join the Discord. Go show your support. If you really want this to happen, you really want this to play, show that you want this to play. Show that you want this to happen, right? It's very simple. But yeah, that will do it for me. Like I said, very ambitious. Hopefully, it gets done. It is what it is. But yeah, let me know any questions, concerns, and like always, stay safe.